desk, vanity mirror in front. Well, sank my nails into the back of his neck, and well, hello. This is kind of a request video, but also I'm just going to be kind of chit-chatting about my nails again. I had a comment from a viewer and they suggested making a video talking about when I started to grow my nails and if anyone inspired me. I thought we would try a different angle. There's kind of a lot going on. So this is a mirrored desk with my vanity mirror in front. You can see my kind of crazy phone case. But I thought it made for some cool angles. I've actually taken some photos with the mirrors and I hope to post them on my Instagram. I have an Instagram, guys. It's the same as this channel. It's Long Nails ASM Artist. And I've put a link to it on my info page, and I'll put a link in the description too. If you guys want to follow, I will get some content on there soon. I have some brushes here that I'll be using, and I have some interesting, I have to be careful, things to tap. This is a shell. It's cool. So, in terms of when I started growing my nails, ever since I was a child, my nails grew long, and I never really had to do anything to make them grow long. I didn't really pay attention to them. They just grew, and I was a child, so sometimes they would break, or maybe they were getting in the way if I was running around being a destructive child. So they would either break or I would cut them myself, or maybe I'd ask my mum to cut them. It wasn't until I was older that I realised that not everyone has long nails, or that long nails are in any way desired. It's raining outside here. We might get some cool rain sounds. I remember being at secondary school and people noticing my nails. I had them shorter than this. I would say in secondary school my nails would have been more the length of this little pinky nail. Maybe they were all about that size. Bit longer than this. And people would ask me why I have them so long. Or they'd ask, does it hurt when they break, or does it hurt when you cut them? I just found it amazing that people even had questions about them. People were interested in any way. I totally didn't get it. I don't know if it has anything to do with genetics, because my parents never had long nails. My mother actually really struggles to grow her nails at all. And I've got really quite fine hair. People have made a link to me before, saying that strong nails are linked to having a good head of hair, but I really don't. I've got very fine hair and it grows super slow. Same as my nails. My nails grow pretty slow as well. When people ask me how I get them so long, I always just say, just don't cut them. Same with hair, I think. If you want your hair long, just don't cut it. If you want your nails to be long, just don't cut them. Don't play with them. I know people do this thing where they sort of dig at the corner to find a catch. Just don't do that. Just leave them. And just be careful with them. I'm going to be filming a nail flicking video, which someone requested. I don't know if I'll do it right, but that video will be coming soon. My nails have definitely got me into trouble on a few occasions. The most notable being when I was about 13 or 14. I scratched someone's neck, the back of their neck. It was a boy in secondary school who I was kind of friends with. I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with him, and he said something that annoyed me, or he was mean to me or rude somehow, and I sank my nails into the back of his neck and I squeezed it as hard as I could, and I remember him tensing up his shoulders and pretending that it didn't hurt. It left a really bad claw mark on the back of his neck. I'm not really friends with him now, not based on that, I don't think, but secondary school was a long time ago, and I don't have any contact with him. I'm sure he got over it. What I felt quite smug about is I was quite a good student in secondary school, and so I didn't really get in any trouble for it. I had to speak to the deputy head, who pulled me aside and said, "Look, I hear you've sort of had a scratch of someone's neck. You know, there's better ways to deal with your anger." And I sort of just said, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. He was just really annoying me." And the deputy head said, "Yeah, no, I know, you know, just go and apologise to him." And I said, "Okay," and that was it. I don't think he'd seen the repercussions of my scratch, because he may have been a little shocked at what he saw. So to the viewer who suggested this video, in answer to who inspired me to grow them long, I don't remember seeing anyone in my childhood that had nails like mine. And so while it wasn't necessarily a person inspiring me, it was people's reactions to my nails that inspired me to grow them long, or to keep them long. because people were interested and impressed, I suppose, and would say, oh, couldn't ever grow my nails that long. So it really wasn't a person. Even now, I think in person, I don't think I've ever seen anyone with nails like mine. Since doing this channel, I've been looking at more videos of long nails to kind of get inspiration and just see what kind of things people like. And there's a lot of people out there with long nails, but I just hadn't seen them. I can tell natural nails to acrylic nails from an absolute mile off. If someone tried to tell me their acrylic nails were real, I would laugh at them. I keep knocking this shell. I'm just going to move it. I think if I have it that way, it might be better. So yeah, that's a bit of a boring answer to your question. I'm sorry about that. And to answer I've also just remembered I'm really sorry if this is gross, but I was giving hay to my animals and I've just realised it has sunk itself into my nails. So I'm really sorry about that. So to the question of when I started growing my nails, I would say they have always been long. At some points when I was younger, I never realised that they were long or special in any way. But as I got older, I have definitely enjoyed them more. I had children in my early 20s and I had to keep my nails short then because I found if I didn't have them short, I say short, I mean like this. That's a short nail. I would have them short because I would find myself accidentally scratching my babies when I was dressing them or trying to catch them as they tumbled over, as they often did, and I would scratch them on their face, on their arm, never particularly badly, but it was obviously something I didn't want to do. Nails like this, for me, I can completely control. There's no way I'm accidentally scratching someone with a nail that short. So while my kids were younger, I definitely kept them shorter. And I would sit on the sofa and cut them and file them. And during that time, if people noticed my nails were long, quite often I would say, oh yes, I need to sit down and cut them all back. That's crazy now, I can't believe I did that. Certainly for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been just letting them grow as long as I can. I've said this in my previous video, but I just really like how it makes my hands look. I like how long nails make anyone's hands look, even acrylic nails. I think it makes their fingers look really elegant. But for me, I think it makes my hands look better. My fingers feel very short if I don't have long nails. So I intend to grow them as long as I can, let them grow for just as long as I can. of shell this is, but it's amazing. I have it on my desk and I put, I suppose you would call them trinkets in it, little bits. If I'm quickly taking off a pair of earrings, I'll just put them in here rather than put them back in my earring holder. Sort of things like that. I remember once I was swimming at I suppose a leisure pool. It wasn't swimming as a sport. And I was doing breaststroke and someone swam past me or was stood just lolling in the water maybe, and as I did a stroke, I absolutely clawed into her leg completely unintentionally, and she let out a yelp when I did it, and I was so horrified. I immediately apologised and she was very sweet, and once she realised what I had done, and it was a total accident, she was very, very forgiving. I was so embarrassed. How awful. I scratched a complete stranger on the leg in a swimming costume, bare skin. I just realised I've got a nail file here. I'm going to try it and see how it sounds. This is a frog from Barbados. I've never been to Barbados. Occasionally I'll get a little a sharp bit of my nail, and to stop it forming into a full crack or a break, I'll just file it out like this. I don't know how that sounds. That might sound horrible. I'm not going to do it for too long in case it doesn't sound very nice. Let me know what you think. For those of you that saw my last up-close nail whisper video, the one where I start where I'm wearing an orange dress, I talk about how I found one of my nails in my handbag because it broke while I was at the supermarket, and I had to quickly pick it up off the floor and pretend it hadn't happened. I then found it later in my handbag. I have since found another nail in my handbag. I haven't checked which nail it was from. I'm going to try actually prefer the kind of paper files.